to your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. I hope all is well. This may be a reading that may resonate with you if you happen to have Gemini in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus dominant in your chart, or if you happen to be cross-watching for Gemini. A few things to keep in mind, Gemini, while listening to this reading. This reading is general, Gemini, so this automatically means that this is not a reading that is guaranteed to resonate exactly to a T. In other words, you might find some information that's a match to your story, and then you're also guaranteed to find some things that are not. And the things that are not a part of your story, disregard those things. Spirit guides may have had those messages intended for someone else if it's not a match to your story. Above all else, Gemini Nation, please don't make any rash decisions based solely on a general reading. Now, if you would like a reading based on your own personal energy, you can, of course, book a reading on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. Let me forewarn you, Gemini Nation, that this reading will guaranteed discuss some sensitive topics. If you'd rather not hear about sensitive topics, then you're likely better off clicking off this reading. In fact, I recommend that you do so if that's the case. Otherwise, those of you who are ready to get into these channeled messages, let's begin. If you would like to bypass this part of the video and go straight into the reading, the timestamp for where the reading begins can be found below. Let's dive right into the channeled messages. You see me looking off, it's because I'm looking at my computer. I took notes. Lloyd, Floyd, Carlos, Collision Center, Oceanside, California, weirdly standing around and texting. Brian McKnight. Oh, the song Do I Ever Cross Your Mind Anytime by Brian McKnight. Maybe you might be finding yourself thinking about somebody, or someone might be wondering if you ever cross their mind, or vice versa. Birch Tree, Say Ah. The song by Trey Songz is what came to mind, but I'm also feeling like you could be going to the dentist. You could be getting a dental checkup. Maybe you're going to the bar. Maybe somebody might be buying you a drink, Gemini. Lift Him Up by Yolanda Adams. I normally get a lot of praise and worship songs for your sign, Gemini, so I don't know if you sing in the choir. I don't know. You listen to a lot of gospel music, but specifically that song, Lift Him Up by Yolanda Adams. Surgery Center, 18-wheeler, pharmacy, owl. Pretend that you are not. Fill in the blank. Somebody could be pretending that they're not doing something that they are doing. Specifically, what I was picking up is somebody could be watching you and pretending that they're not, that they don't watch you, or that they don't, whatever. Somebody is pretending, somebody's putting on airs in a particular situation that might be going on. Still have more notes, bear with me, Gemini. Robitussin, indigo, Percocet, NCLEX, as in the nursing board test. Maybe you're taking your nursing boards, or maybe somebody around you is. Birds above my head, sunrise / moon. Maybe you're outside at the time of the sunrise where the moon is still present. Songbird, maybe you sing. Under the influence. Nobody ever did it like me. 69, which could mean maybe you're dealing with a Cancerian. I don't know, maybe somebody's freaky in the sheets, maybe. Treat me like somebody. All right, Gemini Nation, let's dive right into these messages. Let's see what's going on for you, Gemini Nation, for the next 7 days. Let's take a look at what might be going on in your relationships, Gemini Nation. Holy Spirit, show me what you have going on for what's going on the next 7 days for the Gemini Nation. Whoa, okay, Gemini. Some of you are dealing with, I guess that would be you, Gemini. Some of you Geminis are dealing with another air sign, or this is your energy. Let's see, Holy Spirit, Gemini. You got Sagittarius. Okay. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. You also have an earth sign that pops up to the reading. Yep, this could be you. You could be dealing with a Libra. Some of you could be fighting some type of a legal battle. Some of you are dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Somebody might have water in their chart. This feels like this is a soulmate connection for some of you. But remember, even though in the beginning of the reading, I'm going to read this as if it's a romantic situation. But again, take it however it applies to your situation. This could also be a platonic situation. We'll read it that way as well. But we're going to start off with in a love sense here. Some of you, it seems like there could be a betrayal that maybe some of you are finding out about this week. Or maybe you have in the past. It seems like maybe you are in what seems to be a committed relationship. Some of you, this is an on again, off again thing. This is somebody that comes up as a cheater for some of you. I think a majority of you, this would be a past tense situation. It looks like you've moved on. You've moved on from someone that you might feel is the aggressor. Somebody speaks to you in a very aggressive, brash tone of voice. And this person can be very disrespectful. And this might be happening currently, or this might be something that might be coming up. It seems like you might be catching somebody in a lie. And that might be how they react. For others of you, this is a situation where maybe you did find out about something. And maybe somebody is looking back on the situation and somebody is realizing, you know, they said some things that were absolutely careless. But again, this feels like this came as a byproduct of what you found out about. Somebody is thinking about this situation. This could be, somebody could be in the military. Maybe somebody is overseas. Maybe someone lives near water. Maybe you had a text war back and forth with this person, and maybe they said some things that were really below the belt. And it looks like maybe there's an outsider that may have placed some distance between you and this person. Some of you, you have a family with this person. You have someone on the outside of this situation that's coming on real strong. Gemini Nation, a cross watcher that's real aggressive with their flirting. And currently, it seems like someone is maybe getting some signs, you know, from the universe that maybe, you know, they might hear from you again. Maybe they might be getting signs and hints from the universe that maybe you want to talk to them. Because it feels like the current situation is that you're not speaking. I think that someone would like to reach out to you, Gemini Nation. The only thing is that I don't feel like you fully trust this person. You might feel that they are manipulative on some level, that they've exhibited in the past some snaky, sneaky type of behavior. And I think that the fact that you guys are not speaking, I think it's driving somebody crazy. The fact that maybe the mood has changed up and you've decided to maybe keep the focus on yourself and not this person. You have a Taurus. Somebody with Taurus placements that pops up in your energy. Or this is you. Maybe you are on the, is that a cusp? Yes, Gemini Taurus cusp. Maybe someone feels that you are no longer a part of their plan. And I think that, you know, maybe you wanted a traditional relationship. Maybe you wanted to be married. And like I said, it seems like somebody fed you an illusion of a relationship. I think somebody is looking at you, Gemini, with a lot of love. And I think somebody really wants to be with you. Now, I did say that somebody might be, what did I say? Somebody's pretending that they're not. I promise you, somebody's watching you, but pretending that they're not. They're denying something here. Show me more, Holy Spirit, about what's going on with the Gemini Nation. What's going on with their story, Holy Spirit? Yeah. There's somebody that's really wallowing in a lot of guilt here. They know they messed everything up. Maybe Gemini or cross-watcher, maybe you deleted pictures of them out of your phone. whatever, you deleted any trace of this person. It seems like you may have found out about something online or through text message or through somebody else's mouth. Because I will make it clear, you've got some people that are gossiping, some people that might know the tea about your situation, Gemini, and they might be kind of, speaking amongst themselves about your situation. Now, if this is you, Gemini, and see, I think there's some type of positive change. Okay, you might view someone as manipulative. They may feel this way about you, Gemini. Somebody feels like maybe you're trying to start a fight with them, or that if they were to approach you, because it does feel like somebody wants to approach you, Gemini, but they feel like things are going to go left and possibly break out into an argument. Because it looks like that's been the case in the past. You say something, you say what's on your mind, it goes left. And so it just seems like you guys are having pointless arguments about certain things. But I think you're genuinely upset because somebody's stepping out on you. And so I think you're distancing yourself from somebody that you feel has a huge temper, is argumentative, and maybe you're stepping away from this situation because you feel like it's the right thing for you to do. So obviously you've gone your separate ways. The truth has been revealed about certain things. Someone's feelings are hurt about some things that maybe they found out about, or the fact that somebody has completely crossed the line, has completely violated some type of a boundary. And it seems like, Gemini, the lesson was to really take a hard look in the mirror and to value yourself. And I think that this is what you are currently learning about this situation, or this is what you have learned looking back, because the lesson had everything to do with turning inward and making some type of inward changes. And I think this goes both ways across the board. I think that this person is now looking in the mirror at themselves and realizing that there are some things about themselves that they need to change. Gemini Nation, somebody's having a reality check. So you Geminis, this may have something to do with a friend. Or maybe you consider this person as a friend. Honesty and communication. It seems like somebody might be ready to be honest with you, Gemini Nation, about something that they manipulated you about. Maybe. It seems like maybe somebody's ready to change, Gemini. Or this is the image that they're coming to you with. Let's see if this is genuine. Yeah. I did say that this could possibly be somebody in the military. I did say the Marines, the Army, whatever branch. Somebody got a military affiliation. And for some of you, this might be your ex. Or for some of you, this may be your own father. Whether your father is currently on this earthly plane, or your father is in the afterlife. It seems like there is a message that somebody, a father figure in your life, may be coming to say to you. And it feels like, Gemini, it's going to be important for someone, either you or someone, to be honest about how you genuinely feel. That might actually get you someplace. It could give this person an opportunity to see things from your vantage point. And for some of you, there could be some positive changes that are made moving forward. For some of you, it seems like it's going to take a lot to maybe try to regain this person's trust after a betrayal may have happened. But it seems like, your guides are saying, Gemini, it may be time to follow your heart. Or cross-watcher, this is you. It seems like somebody might be overthinking a situation. For some of you, I think one of the issues here is that if this is a parent to child situation, it seems like there's a parent that's overbearing. And it may have a bit of an anger issue. Let's see what's really going on with you and your kids. Oh, did you discover something? Let's see what's going on. Something might be going on with credit cards. Okay. It's a parent. It's a role model of yours. Maybe this is a parent of yours that was aggressive. Or maybe there's a child around you, Gemini, that might feel that you're very aggressive. You're very hardcore. You go in on them about everything. They might feel from their perspective. Somebody feels like you want to exert power over them, Gemini, and that they can't get a word in edgewise without you having a conniption about something. It seems like there could be a child. Okay, this might be a child that might be making some mistakes. Okay, as we all do. It could be a little child, a young child, and maybe they might, feel like you might be, again, getting on their case about everything, or this is something, like I said, that existed in your childhood. With you and your parent, or you and a sibling, or whomever. There's a kid that might be really beating up on themselves about something that was said or done here, or that feels like there's a parent that's really, like I said, going off on them. So I think that there might be a kid this week, Gemini. You might be noticing, if this is your story, a difference with your kid. It seems like this might be a child that you might feel is immature, or somebody in your life, or this could be somebody might be feeling this way about you. And I think that maybe somebody has maybe decided to not address the issue. And I think that there might be a kid that kind of feels forced into certain situations and may want to say no, but they really feel like they can't. This could be somebody in your life. Maybe this could be a kid that might be having an issue with their stepmother. There's a kid that might feel like they've been doing what they think you want, and they feel like that's not good enough. And there's a child that might feel like they're being bullied. And they might be having conversations with this amongst other people, but not you. And it doesn't, this could be a bully this could be going on at school, yes? But I think for some of you, this is going on at home. That's the betrayal. There's a child that feels betrayed. There's a child that feels like they can't trust someone. To be honest. Okay, this might be a kid that might have, I don't know, maybe they feel pitted against their siblings, maybe. Maybe there's a sibling that's lying on them about something, bullying them into something. What I really feel like this is Gemini or cross-watcher. Somebody may have taken a child's innocence. And there's a child that doesn't have any peace about the situation. And there is a kid that may want to speak up to you. And if it's not about that type of thing, and if it's not about that, then it's about something. They're nervous to be honest with you. They're nervous to communicate with you because they feel like you're constantly going to put them down. Or possibly there's someone in your life that feels like you're going to hold the past against them. And it seems like somebody feels like they can't win with you. Yeah, see, there is a kid that's keeping some secrets here. It's going to be very important. The storyline that I'm definitely getting for some of you, and of course it's not the case for everyone listening, but definitely getting that there's a kid here. You have this card that says innocence. There's a child here that feels maybe very naive, or that just is, and they might be trusting people, putting their trust in people that are not really genuine. This is definitely going on in some area of your life. This could be somebody talking behind your back. Or this is, like I said before, going on with a child. And if you don't have children, think outside the box. Grandchildren, nieces, nephews, or somebody significant in your life could be going through something like this. So I think that there is somebody that might be waiting, maybe for communication. What are they waiting for? Let's be clear about what somebody's waiting for. Maybe somebody's waiting to get in touch with you, Gemini. I think they're waiting for honesty, to be real with you. I think they're waiting for honesty and accountability. Wow. Once again, somebody stabbed you in the back. I got the same exact card for Libra. They're waiting for you. I think somebody's waiting for an apology, to be honest. Yeah. I think so. Again, it seems like somebody is sitting with a lot of guilt about this situation. And the other person, it could be the other person, it could be someone else. Let me make it clear, because I didn't say this already, but there could be, for some of you, a third party. Third party does not automatically mean cheating. It could be that if this is, I don't know, let's say a friendship. If this is a relationship, yes, let me make it clear, I am saying cheating. But if this is like a friendship of yours, or this is something else, it seems like there might be, the betrayal. It seems like maybe somebody is coming to you with get back. They're angry about something. They want to take revenge. There's somebody, like I did say, maybe a third party that might be wanting to get revenge about something. We're gonna look more into that later, but I think that there is somebody that wants to contact you, Gemini. And if this is a child, Gemini Nation or Cross Watcher, I think someone would like to tell you how they feel, or this is you feeling that way towards someone, but they feel like you're gonna blow up on them. And you've got somebody here that's sitting with a lot of resentment and a lot of anger. And you've got somebody that's questioning whether or not someone genuinely loves them. 9 times out of 10, this might be a kid that might be feeling this way toward somebody that they trust. This might be a kid that might be afraid to reach out to you and contact you about something that might be going on in their lives. And there's a kid here that I feel, or someone, whomever this is, somebody wants to feel wanted. They want to know that you genuinely want them. That's really sad if this is a kid, because it seems like there's a kid that might be waiting for you to say that, or waiting for you to show it. It seems like somebody runs with an iron fist. Somebody is really intense, and there's a kid here that does not understand their value or does not know their value. But I think that there is a valuable lesson attached to this. And I keep saying child, okay? This could definitely be your inner child that could be crying out for this attention. There could be some things, Gemini Nation, that you've buried underneath the rubble. And it seems like these things are going to be coming up this week. And it seems honestly like these things might be bringing you back to your childhood. Could be causing you to feel very vulnerable and very emotional. Wash away your burdens. So yeah, I think that Gemini Nation, this is going to be a very emotional week for you. You've had some things that are burdening you. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Let go of the old. Some old issues. Like I did say, either pertaining to your childhood, or this is a relationship where you feel like you can't really communicate effectively with someone. And someone may feel like, yeah, you do. You hold on to the old. You've got several cards here talking about honesty. I think you wish that someone would be honest. If this is a third party, this is somebody lying to you about the fact that they have somebody else in the picture. Or they have an idea that maybe something is going on. Reveal your truth. I'm trying to tell you. Something's going to be revealed for sure. The truth behind someone's lies this week, Gemini Nation, is going to be discovered. It's going to be revealed. Because you definitely have this card here talking about discovery. Either someone has made a discovery about something online, or through the grapevine, through somebody else's mouth. And that could be the betrayal. That could be why somebody feels stabbed in the back. They feel like maybe you lied about them, lied on their name. Gemini or Cross Watcher. But at the same time, yeah, they saw you with somebody else. That's what I mean. There is a third party in this situation. Now, if this is not a romantic situation, the third party could be that they're talking to somebody behind your back, talking about you, having conversations about you, the issues that they have and that they have with you, the gripes that they have with you. They're talking about these things to somebody else rather than talking to you. Keep in mind, it's because they feel like they can't. Okay? Somebody is maybe non-confrontational. Somebody curls up in a ball. What I do see about this situation is that some of you are dealing with an addict. Maybe you didn't know. I don't know, because it looks like somebody might cover this up. Somebody might be a bit of a functioning addict. And it seems like this person is. We talked about that in the beginning. There's certain things that come up this week that remind them of you. Like I did say, either this is a reminder of a parent that comes up this week, like I did say, and it causes you to get very emotional, vulnerable, and to have to face those vulnerabilities. I promise you, some of you were abused or you were taken advantage of as a kid. Because I hear it very clearly, like rape. Maybe somebody was, or molested. It's a kid that just does not feel like they're good enough, or this is what's rising up within you. This is what you've been pushing down for the longest time. For some of you Geminis, and like I said, it's going to come up. It's going to be revealed. Your insecurities, they're going to be put on Front Street. The things that maybe you tried to disguise and keep a secret from other people because maybe you did, this might be a fake persona that somebody puts on, okay? This could be that somebody really does genuinely feel vulnerable. It seems like somebody walks around with a lot of baggage, yes, but armor. They're ready to attack. But it seems like somebody can't take it if they really get attacked here. They curl up in a ball. This feels like this is what somebody might be dealing with privately. But when they're around you, they come across this way. I think somebody feels like they don't want to appear weak. This might be like an alpha male, alpha female type of situation. It does. It seems like maybe y'all got into it. Gemini. And keep in mind, this is a third party. If you're not getting into it with somebody, then they might be getting into it with somebody else. Like I did say, some of you, this is going on within a friendship. Okay, so you do have somebody that does want revenge. Okay, there's an outside person that might envy the fact that maybe somebody does want you, or that they do want to be with you. So it seems like somebody really does feel you, even though you guys are apart. You're apart from somebody. Somebody has chosen you in a third party. And I think there's something, yeah. There's somebody that really regrets their actions. Or this is you, like I said, looking back and realizing, you know, maybe there's some things about yourself, Gemini, that you wish you could change. Or there's certain habits or things that you've picked up from your parents, and now you're kind of reenacting those things in your adulthood. You may have seen certain things about your parents or whomever raised you, Gemini, and you know, may have criticized your parent for the same thing you feel like you're doing, or you might be realizing this about yourself. So I think that someone this week, is very clear that somebody feels disappointed, feels a bit frustrated, and I think that somebody would like to grow from a mistake or a setback. And yeah, I definitely see that. It's very clear that you're going to see the truth about something. Somebody has been masking the truth about something. You've been trusting somebody or building a relationship based on somebody's words and actions. Well, their words, really. Because their actions will show you otherwise here. With this betrayal situation, their actions are going to show you something entirely different. I think somebody does want to grow from a setback here. And I think something did happen, and maybe somebody feels like they were an innocent bystander. Like somebody didn't stand up for them or didn't protect them from something that may have happened. Yeah. So it seems like your guides are saying seek the lesson. You might be tempted to dwell there, Gemini. It's going to be necessary for you to process your emotions, yes, but not for you to, you know what I mean, like live there permanently and never recover from it. It's intended for you to really grow from this and to seek the lesson. I promise you. You see what I mean? This is, you have a child. Keep in mind, I'm saying this card that says innocence. It's like somebody is like bullying somebody into not saying something. There's a kid that might be disguising the truth about something or keeping secrets, locking something deep inside of themselves because they're trusting the wrong people. Somebody does want somebody to take accountability for something here. It's a kid whose confidence is kind of rocked as a result. They don't trust themselves. So you got a situation here where we're talking about a deadbeat father, right? This could be what you grew up in. Maybe this is how you see your father. Maybe your father was absent, or your child's father. There's a kid that really doesn't feel like they're good enough. Thank you, spirit guides. There is a child here that wants to have a voice, that wants to be heard, that feels vulnerable. There's a child here that is a fallen victim to something. And I promise you, because this card says innocence, I think somebody's innocence has been taken away. And there could be a child that does want to tell you so many things. And maybe is waiting for the right time. If this didn't happen to a child, and this happened to a young adult, and this could be something that maybe a parent is, maybe this is a child or somebody in your life that has disguised this, covered this up for the longest time, you know, Gemini, and maybe this week or over the next several weeks, maybe you might be finding out the truth about something and it may crush you. This is a parent-child, whatever relationship this is, it seems like somebody would like to go back and repair the damage that was done in this situation. Let's go back to it. That was the lesson. To recognize the lesson in this situation is to recognize your worth. We talked about that in the beginning, was for you to take a look in the mirror. Some of you Geminis or cross watchers, you have you or your child or someone around you may have self-image issues. Keep in mind, take a long, hard look in the mirror to recognize your worth. Some of you have been putting up with situations that you don't deserve to be in, or you're allowing certain situations to continue to replay in your head over and over again. Distorted perceptions. Reality is rarely what we are raised to believe it is. Reality is rarely what we are raised to believe it is. That's deep. Certain things, Gemini, that you were raised to believe, I feel that maybe you might be maybe changing your mind about certain things, or allowing certain things to fall away. Deciding to not really repeat certain things in your life that maybe you saw role models in your life do. It seems like you might be spending some time alone, speaking to higher power, speaking to God about certain things. Yeah, it seems like somebody would like to feel appreciated, because it really does feel like somebody might feel like they don't come first in your life, that you put others first. I promise you, somebody's lying about something. Random side note. Because I do see maybe a legal situation here. Somebody could be lying under oath. And could be giving a written statement about something. I'm definitely hearing impact statement. There's something that might be going on in court. Maybe you might need to write your side of the story. I talked about NCLEX, right? Maybe you are a healthcare professional. Maybe you are writing some type of note. Maybe you're entangled in some type of legal issue connected to your work. Yeah. I think that in some cases, for some of you, let me emphasize, for some of you, being honest about how you genuinely feel may cause you guys to maybe reach a middle ground, or to at least gain a better understanding of where the other one may be coming from. And there may be a positive change that may come about in this situation for some of you. Yeah. It seems like Gemini, somebody would like to reach out, but they're afraid that maybe they're afraid to. Or they've tried in the past and maybe you guys missed each other. You know, maybe you're playing phone tag. Maybe you weren't available. There's something about a particular day that somebody's remembering, okay? About the day that they got backstabbed, it seems like. What else, Holy Spirit, is going on with Gemini? Okay, bottom line, it seems like something has ended in disappointment. It seems like you might be taking some time to detox from this situation. It seems like somewhere in your life, Gemini, you may need to take some time for yourself. Because it seems like you have a tough decision. You have some type of dilemma in your life that I feel like you're trying to figure out. And I think you might need maybe some time to figure out the next steps. Or to get the right information that you need to proceed. And I think that maybe there is a decision that maybe you have been procrastinating on since the summertime, and I think that your guides are saying it's time for something to change. Maybe first thing in the morning, Gemini, there might be something that you might really need to take care of because you let something kind of fall by the wayside, and your guides are definitely saying, Gemini, it's time to go and pick something up and get it done. Let's see what's going on with your work situation here. Keep in mind, I was talking to you before about an addict. Like a functioning alcoholic is what I'm sensing. Somebody has zero peace. I don't know. I kind of sense that maybe there might be something about somebody that is around you. Let me go into this about singles, okay? Let me talk to you for a second, singles, because if this is you, you are in a new situation with someone, and this is, again, not everyone's story. This is your guides advising you to slow down and take things slow. Because it seems like somebody that you might be meeting, Gemini, might come across real suave, very sophisticated. They're able to hold a really good conversation. They know how to dress. They seem well educated. Maybe you might meet this person through friends and you might develop a mental connection with this person. I think this is someone new that I feel like you might genuinely be having a good time with, and maybe you might feel like things are blossoming and starting to take off between you and this person. The only issue, Gemini, is I feel like somebody might start to pull back all of a sudden. Okay? Because it seems like singles, somebody may need to be honest about something. And what somebody might not be honest with you about is the fact that maybe, you know, they're just sleeping with you. And that they're not really looking for a long-term, intense type of situation. But they come across that way in the beginning. Let me make it clear that somebody comes across very manipulative in certain situations. And so, yeah, they're flirting with you. Maybe very attentive. They're showing you a lot of attention. They're calling you. They're showering you with a lot of text messages in between. And maybe you might have a very memorable date with this person. Did you lose your keys, Gemini? Somebody might wear glasses. Somebody might be a smoker. And somebody might have a child. Keep in mind, this card does say deadbeat. See, there's some things about this person, Gemini, that you might not see in the beginning, because it seems like this person shows you the very, I don't know, they show you a lot of, I won't say that they're fake qualities, but they are masking certain things. They're not being completely honest with you about certain things. Let's make that very clear. Okay? The truth is going to be revealed about something, singles, in your situation. Maybe it's because you're trying to stay optimistic about the future. And maybe this is you trying to keep an open mind, you know, because it seems like Gemini singles, maybe you did get, it's obvious that you got out of something that was really intense. Okay? So maybe you are trying to keep an open mind and see what else is out there for you. Somebody's not being completely honest, though. It seems like somebody might still have feelings for an ex of theirs. And I think somebody might be kind of playing mind games with you. Crown games. Mind games. Somebody comes across very manipulative. Gemini. Somebody might be reaching out for a helping hand. Somebody might feel like you have something that they don't, especially if this is financially. This seems like this is not a balanced relationship. This feels like this is more about taking. Anyway, I think this is your guide saying, Gemini or cross watcher, be careful and look before you leap with a situation. Yep, obstacles, the wall. Somebody just puts a wall up all of a sudden. And it could be that maybe somebody is afraid to be completely invested, but for some of you, it's because somebody still has emotional ties to an ex of theirs. And maybe they're kind of like using you as the rebound person. Using you to kind of get over their ex. Or to use you for the fact, to maybe camouflage to an ex that they've moved on. Especially if they're posting a lot online. Somebody might make it look like they've moved on, but they're just kind of like using somebody, taking up their time. You didn't imagine it. Somebody is disguising something as the truth, Gemini. You didn't imagine it. And there's somebody that knows that they made a mistake. Or this is you looking back, maybe feeling like, okay, I completely ignored my intuition. I know I made a mistake. Be careful that this is not a situation that ends up getting repeated. It won't be the same for everyone. Let me repeat myself 10 million thousand times, because it just seems like it just goes as if I didn't say it. It's not everyone's story, but if this is your story, even if it doesn't resonate initially, keep in mind, not every single thing happens at the same time for everyone. And sometimes I get people coming back weeks later after they watch the reading and they tell me in the comments, it didn't resonate initially, but guess what? A few weeks later or a month later, it resonated. So keep that in mind. Somebody that pretends, somebody's putting on an act and pretending that they don't care, Gemini, maybe about an ex. They might even bring them up in conversation. Let's be real, somebody's not being completely honest with you about something. They might even bash their ex to you. Talk about them behind their back. Somebody's not revealing to you all that there is to know about this, their true character. So this is why your guides are saying, Gemini, even though for some of you, you might be developing a deep connection with this person, this is not really a long-term situation the way that you might think it is. Or this is somebody coming back to you, revealing how they feel about you. Somebody might be deciding out of the blue, Gemini Nation, to open up to you about their real feelings. And it might be at a time where you've decided to move on, or you've become invested in somebody else. And maybe that's why this card says the timing wasn't right for us. It's because of that. You've already moved on, established a new relationship with somebody else. All right? They didn't want you when they had you, and all of a sudden, when you release them, is when they pop right back up into the picture. So with that, Gemini Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. This reading was helpful, Gemini Nation. You enjoyed my content, consider subbing to my channel. And make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you're updated whenever I post another video for a sign that either you're cross-watching for or whenever I go live. Thank you, Gemini Nation, for choosing to tune in this week with me. Have a blessed, peaceful, prosperous week, Gemini Nation. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.